Hello, Oregon Trail Council Scouters. My name is Becky Alt, and I'm here to talk to you about the 2020 online direct sales campaign that's currently being offered through Trails End in your council from now through December 31st, 2020. Now, I know a big question on a lot of unit leaders' minds when it comes to fundraising this year is, can our scouts sell safely? And the answer to that is yes. Now, how do we keep them safe? Well, we keep them selling online. Now, let me tell you a little bit about how it works, because Trails In has two different ways for your scouts to sell online. You can share your fundraising page, which is the more traditional way of selling online. This is where your scouts are going to share your fundraising page via email, text, or social media. Then your customers are going to click a link to place online orders, and then the product shipped directly to them. Now, the other option that we have is for scouts to take online direct orders through the Trails In app. It's very, very simple. You just open up the point of sale feature, you pick your products, then you take payment. Now, keep in mind that we're only going to be accepting debit or credit cards for online orders. Then the product shipped directly to the customers. So it doesn't matter which way your scout is receiving or inputting the order, the end result is still going to be the same. They're able to fundraise without having any kind of contact. That makes this a very safe way for your scouts to sell. Along with that, we have the Trails In Rewards program, which is going to reward your scouts as they are working and fundraising for their scouting adventures. Units will earn 35% commission for these online sales. One other thing that I'd like to point out is that we offer free shipping. I think that this is really important in this day and age. Most consumers are going to be expecting free shipping, so I'm glad that we're able to offer it to them. Now, there's no handling of products or cash for the scout or the unit, which makes this uniquely effortless and safe. There's a new feature that we have added to the Trails In app through Online Direct, and this feature allows scouts to text the shopping cart over to their customer for their customer to complete the transaction. This feature is going to be especially handy if you happen to be selling to somebody who is not a family member, who doesn't feel comfortable sharing their credit card information with you. You could just text them over that shopping cart, they complete the purchase, and then once again, the products are going to be shipped to them without any further work from you. To get started, you can text My Plan with no spaces to 62771. You'll hear me reference that number a couple of times throughout this presentation. I like to call it the Trails In magical number. You will be able to get all kinds of handy dandy links, and it will really help you get to all the places that you need to go. So if you text My Plan, it's going to give you a plan of how to sell $1,000 while practicing social distancing. Now let's talk about the things that you need to do to get started. The first thing that you'll do is you're going to register yourself and your unit. This is going to get you your leader login credentials so that you're able to access the Trails In site. You will do this with this link that we have up here on the PowerPoint. Using this direct link is going to send you to the unit commitment screen that we have set up directly for the Oregon Trail Council. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you so that we can walk through this process together. At the unit commitment screen, first thing that the system would like to know from you is who is registering. So most of the time you're going to be completing this action for yourself, as I am right now, so that is the button that I'm going to click. Now, when we come to this next screen, you can see that it already has the Oregon Trail Council selected there for you. So the next thing that you'll do is you're going to come to this drop-down list, and you're going to select your district. Then you're going to come and you're going to select your unit, and you're going to hit the continue button. Now on this next screen, this is the user information screen. We just need you to fill out some basic information so that Trails In can be sending all promotional materials and any other relevant information to the appropriate place. Now let's go ahead and jump back on over here to our PowerPoint and take a look at our next step, which is going to be to log in to the Trails In Leader Portal. So what's going to happen after you finish filling out all of the information on the screen that I had just showed you, that information is now going to be sent over to your council. Your council is going to review it. They're going to verify that you are in fact a leader within the council, and then they will approve your leader account. At that point, Trails In will send you your login credentials. We will send you your username and a temporary password for you to access the Trails In Leader Portal. I'm going to hop on over to that screen in just a moment, but before I do want to point out to you that anytime you're coming to work on the Trails In site, you want to be sure that you're using one of the 3 supported browsers. Our website is supported by Google Chrome, by Firefox, and by Safari browsers. That's Google Chrome, Firefox, and Safari browsers. So please be sure that you're using one of those browsers anytime you come to access the Trails In site. Now you can see that we are viewing the leader dashboard. If you come on over here on the left-hand side, you will see our navigation menu and this blue ribbon. Now, a lot of these screens really don't pertain to you very much, so we're not going to get too far into those screens because I don't want to overwhelm you. One thing I would like to point out to you on this screen is this drop-down arrow. This is where you're going to find your account information. This is the first place that you want to go when you access the Trails In site. You want to come on over here and update your password. Now, we have some security measures in place. So when you are selecting a password, you want to be sure that your password has at least 1 capital letter, 1 lowercase letter, 1 special character punctuation, and 1 number. So make sure that you have you follow those requirements so that you don't have any issues when you are going into the system and setting your new password. Hopping back over here to our PowerPoint, we see that the next step that you're going to take is going to be to invite your scouts. So I'll hop back on over here to my unit leader screen, and I will show you how to do that. It really doesn't matter what screen you happen to be on. You could be at the dashboard, you could be in any of these screens, and you're always going to have up here at the top, it's going to say invite your scouts. Now you're able to invite your scouts either via email or via text. So it really depends on whether you have a list of emails or a list of phone numbers, or maybe if you know there's a preferred method of communication. When you go to complete this step, I do suggest that you have a copy of your unit roster handy so that you have all of the contact information that you need right then and there when you're completing this process. So you'll just enter the information, and you can add more than 1 scout at a time. So as you add information, you just click add 1 more scout. And then when you're done, you want to be sure to click that I agree to the terms of use, and then you'll hit the send invites button. So the next thing that you would want to do is become a little bit more familiar with the unit leader portal. I think the most important screen for you here is going to be the unit information screen. So I will go ahead and I will hop back on over here, and I'm going to review that screen with you. Once again, the blue navigation menu is here on the left-hand side of the screen. We're going to click on this unit info. Now, the first thing I would like to point out to you is the scout roster. You see my roster is a little bit built out, but I want to come over here and I want to point your attention to the status. You see I have a couple of scouts that are sitting here as invited, and they never completed the registration process. So if you come over here and you see that, you think maybe they have forgotten, you can resend the invite, or if they've decided that they're not going to participate, you can remove them from the list. You're also able to obviously see all of the scouts that you have that have completed their registration. So we are going to go ahead and jump back on over here again. Let's take a look at what the next step is going to be. And that is going to be for us to point out that the unit leader portal is where the unit leaders are going to go to manage the sale. The app is specifically for scouts to manage their sale on the scout end, and the leaders have their leader portal. Scouts are able to complete their process for the app either through the web portal or the app itself. The leaders, on the other hand, there's more functionality on the leader side, so you want to be sure that you are on a PC when you are completing that. Now, something else that I'd like to point out to you is that the products are going to change on Online Direct every so often. That's actually one of the #1 reasons that a consumer buys from the Scout online. I happen to love this. I think that it's great. Right now, we currently have some holiday products We didn't have those holiday products on the app in the summertime. We have them available because it's a seasonal item. I think that it's a great opportunity. I love having this stuff rotate in and out. We've also got Trails and Rewards. Now we'll get a little bit more into the details on that, but it's a great program to motivate your Scouts. Another piece of advice that I would like to offer you is the Sharing Sunday idea. This is a very simple task that you can complete. What I did was I set a reminder for myself every single Sunday night at 6 o'clock. I would send a message out to all of my Scouts, and I would ask them to share their fundraising page on at least 2 different platforms. Now, I think it's important to acknowledge that I didn't get 100% participation, certainly not every week, but the consistency of reminding my Scouts to do this helped us to double our online sales from the year before, which is something that I was very proud of, and it's something that I would really like to share with you. You know, as Scouts, we're all about, we don't like reinventing the wheel. We're all about sharing our tips and secrets. And this is something very, very easy that was very, very useful for me. So give it a try and see how it works for you. Now let's talk about your commissions and your payouts. Now you have the option to link your unit's bank account information to your Trails In account. This is going to give you the opportunity to request payouts on a weekly basis. So that means as your Scouts are selling online, up to as frequently as every week, you could be transferring that money into your unit's bank account as your Scouts are selling. Now, please keep in mind that this is absolutely a beneficial feature, but it is also, it is not required. So if it's not something that your unit is comfortable with, if you reach out to your council, we can talk about some different payment opportunities that we have for you. I hope that you do take advantage of this because, like I said, I find it to be extremely helpful and beneficial. So I'm going to come on over here and I'm going to show you how, if you decided that you would like to participate and add your unit information, how you would do that. So we are still going to be in the unit information tab, and I will go ahead and I will close up my Scout roster. Then I'm going to come down here to manage unit bank account. There are a few pieces of information that you'll want to have handy before you start this process. And if you forget what they are, you can always come in here and look at them because we have the required information highlighted. But you're going to need your charter organization's legal name and address, their EIN, and the banking information for your unit. That includes the bank name, the routing number, the account type, and the account name. Once again, if you have any questions about the financials or the payment process, please reach out to your council. They will be more than happy to help you. So let's talk about Trails and Rewards. Trails and Rewards is a brand new prize program that is really, really awesome. What I like about it most is the diversity. It really doesn't matter if you have a Lion Scout or an Eagle Scout, if you have a boy or a girl, there is something on Amazon for everyone. Whether your Scout is into reading or high adventure or video games, you name it, Amazon has it. And what's really cool about the rewards program this year is that it is built to incentivize Scouts to participate in the contactless fundraising, which is exactly what your Scouts are going to be participating in. And that means that for every dollar your Scout sells, they will earn 2 points. So as they accrue points, they earn different prizes. We have the prize flyer shared here with you. And as you can see, it looks a lot like the traditional prize flyer. We still have the prize ideas on there to help spark some imagination. I know a lot of kids like looking at that. But as you take a look at this, you can see there's a lot of opportunity for your Scouts to have a whole lot more fun on top of the scouting that they're fundraising for. Now, I had mentioned that we have a variety of different online products. This is our current product mix. And as I mentioned, we do have the holiday products available. These products are going to be shipping starting November 11th, which means they will arrive in time for you to enjoy for the holidays. The products will start shipping in time for Thanksgiving. So whether you're ordering them for friends or family, or maybe it's a holiday gift, Just know that they will be arriving in time for your customers to enjoy for the holidays. Now, to get started, if you text app to that 62771 magical number that I told you about again, that's going to give you a link to download the app. This is also something that you can share with your scouts. It makes it very easy for them to get onto the app without having to look in a whole bunch of different places where they might need to go. One last piece of information that I would like to share with you is the Trails in Facebook group. This Facebook group is an amazing source of support for all things popcorn. Whether you're looking for advice or technical support, or you happen to be proud of your kids, or you're looking for some ideas, you name it, they're there to respond. There are all kinds of styles. You know, I talked about how Scouts don't like to reinvent the wheel. There are so many different units that have found things that worked for them, and they're always on there sharing their ideas and telling you how to do what they've done. I would love to see you on that group. So if you text Facebook to 62771, we'll go ahead and we will send you a link so that you are able to join that group. I'd like to thank you for your time very, very much. If you have any questions, if you're needing any kind of help with the Trails In system, or you're looking for some support in your sales, please reach out. My name is Becky Alt. I've got my email address on the screen. Jared Shepard is also your sales manager. He's always willing to help. And I know that you've got an excellent team at your council that's there to support you as well. I wish you all the best of luck in your fundraising adventures and in your scouting adventures. Take care.